We got some news and rumors for you folks today, and in this video, the Lions, they cut down some players, but we got to get to 85 before Tuesday. We're going to be talking about that. Should the Lions make a trade for two particular players from Pride of Detroit? They talked about it. We're going to get into those players and why, or maybe another player. We're going to talk about some overreactions. It is Monday. Is the Lions offense one of the best, and is the Lions defense the reason the Lions could suck this year? But before we get into today's video, if you think it's a sound and smart idea to go ahead and go up to Dan Campbell and kick him in the groin as hard as you can, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because we talk all things Detroit Lions news and rumors. Sometimes being a Lions fan, you can break your leg off while kicking that bad boy. Also, take that like button with you and let that bad boy get eaten. Let's get into today's Lions news and rumors. The Lions have cut 3 players and expect to have 2 more cut before tomorrow. Well, before the deadline, obviously. You got to get to 85. That is the rules of the game. And the Lions cut Garrett Griffin, Nolan Givan, and center Ryan McCollum. Really, no surprise here. McCollum's not going to get the center position. That's going to go to Evan Brown. Garrett Griffin and Nolan Givan, they were fighting extremely hard in a tight end group that was deep in fighting. You'd have to get over Brock Wright. You got to get over James Mitchell and Devin Funches. That wasn't going to happen. So obviously, you know, with the 5 million tight ends they had on there, they got to start cutting some of those players and to make room for other players that are actually could make the roster, you know, defensive tackles or any other position. Let me know in the comment section right now, should the Detroit Lions trade for quarterback Anthony Brown of the Baltimore Ravens? Y for yes and for no. You've seen what happened in the Lions versus the Atlanta Falcons game with our backup quarterback. So let me know in the comment section below. Pride of Detroit did an article, should the Detroit Lions make a trade for a couple players? And they talked about 2. One being quarterback Anthony Brown of the Baltimore Ravens. He is an undrafted rookie, and in preseason, this is what he came up with. 10 for 15, 117 yards, 0 tuds, 0 interceptions, with a completion percentage of 66.7. He comes from the great Oregon Ducks. He's 6'1", 217, dual threat quarterback. He played well in preseason. Matter of fact, all of the rookie quarterbacks that we were told were absolute garbage played well in preseason. Bailey Zappi did well. Sam Howell did well. You just go across the board, they all did well. We're told, man, we cannot get a quarterback, not even undrafted rookie. We got Jared Goff. Yeah, we do. But what about the backups? And what we see? A lot of angry fans saying Tim Boyle and David Blau not doing well. We've been talking about this channel. Raw Detroit's been talking about it. A lot of other people like Age have been talking about it. We've been talking about it, and here we are in this position. So, should the Lions make a trade for Anthony Brown? Player like, they said in this article, how about Tom Kennedy for Anthony Brown? Why the hell not? Why the hell not? It'd give us a solid backup quarterback, a young quarterback, that if Jared Goff goes down, they can hold the fort down. More promise than Tim Boyle. Now, David Blau, he played a little bit better, but he had the fumble. He'd be more promise. Dual threat quarterback. Why not? And you want to know what? We're going to be going against dual threat quarterbacks this season. And we just seen with Desmond Ridder and Marcus Mariota what our defense can do, and that's not a lot. We had a problem last year. We're having a problem this year. And guess what? Week 1, we go against a guy named Jalen Hurts, whose offense was thriving in preseason and expected to be pretty good this year. So I say, why the hell not get it done? Another trade that they had here is the Detroit Lions making a trade for Micah Dew-Treadway, defensive tackle from the Chicago Bears, the big boy, 6'4", 308. You look at his stats, actually in preseason is pretty good, though. 1 solo tackles, 1 sack, 0 forced fumbles, 0 interceptions. We're talking about a depth player that could help out the Detroit Lions on the defensive tackle position. And again, they're talking about sending them potentially a wide receiver, just like a Tom Kennedy or a Trinity Benson, something like that. Look, when it comes to getting a defensive tackle, here's my thing, though. Here's my thing on this one. We invested a ton in this defensive line. Aidan Hutchinson, okay, Levi Onwuzurike, Aleem McNeil, Joshua Pascal, Young, Julian Akwara. These guys got to step up at some point. They got to step up at some point. So if we're going to make a trade, why don't we look at linebacker or backup quarterback like we did there? That's my thing. We need help at linebacker. We need help at linebacker in a big way. Now, if they was to trade for linebacker, maybe get in a Micah Dew-Treadway as well, okay. But why are we just always focused on defensive tackle? I understand it does need help. But the depth at defensive tackle and just defensive line all around is way better at the depth right now at linebacker. The depth at linebacker is absolute butt cheeks. It's terrible. We've seen it. We've been talking about it all off season on my channel. Seen it in training camp. Seen it preseason week 1. At some point, you got to address the elephant in the room. Linebacker. 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 You also got to address the like button by biting its kneecap off. Go ahead and rip the kneecap off the like button. Take your mouth, put your teeth on that bad boy, and like a lichen, just rip it off and then eat it. We got to have our protein. Now, there's a little bit of protein, I guess, in the leg area. Now, when we're talking about knee, there's not a lot of, it's just bone, basically. But you get a little bit of protein if you rip out a piece of, the meat next to it. Get some of that cannibalism in you. Let's go ahead and talk about some overreactions. Or is it overreactions? Lions offense being a top 10 offense. I've seen a lot of this after the preseason game. A lot of people are hyped about the offense. Is this an overreaction? I'm not going to say it's an overreaction. I think the Lions offense can be a top 10. With this offensive line and what they did and what they're going to do if they stay healthy, sky's the limit. When you have an offensive line that can bully an offensive line or a defense the way that we did, imagine till the fourth quarter. That was just one quarter. Imagine the defense going against this offensive line all game long. They're going to be dead tired by the fourth quarter. And then Jared Goff just sit there, take a nap. Hey, go ahead, put a cot up back there, take a nap. Then when you get up from your nap, go ahead and find your read and throw it for a touchdown. Give it to DeAndre Swift. Smash the hole, hashtag smash the hole. And there, get some yards. Yeah, I don't think that's an overreaction. I think a lot of people are going to be surprised how well the offense is. I think the Detroit Lions, sky's the limit. Jared Goff, you just sit back there and pick them apart. You give a quarterback that type of time, it's over with, folks. It's over with. So, yeah, I think it can be a top 10 offense. NFL needs to look out for this offense, that's for sure. But what about the defense? Well, let's talk about Aidan Hutchinson. Is he the defense? If he's locked in Defensive Rookie of the Year, is that an overreaction? I don't think it's an overreaction. I think he should be locked in as Defensive Rookie of the Year. It's not going to be Thibodeau right now. Thibodeau wasn't showing anything. Jacksonville, they did decent over there with their first pick, but Aidan Hutchinson was the standout. You're already seeing the love. He's already in commercials. It takes also a little bit of love, too, to get these type of accolades, and I think he has to be the number one guy right now as Defensive Rookie of the Year, 100%. What about the defense? Saying that this defense is going to be the catalyst that makes the Lions not make the playoffs, and the Lions are going to have to score match with offense. Is that overreaction? I don't think it's really much of an overreaction. I think we have issues on defense. Linebacker's a big issue. Right now, the secondary is a little bit suspect. The defensive line has injuries to it. Can it get more healthy? Yes, absolutely it can. But right now, what a dual threat quarterback can do to us, and we got some of those on the schedule here in the regular season, is going to be an issue. I think the Lions are going to have to put up some big points this season. So what happens when you negate parts of a team like the linebacker position, when you can't stop the run and you can't cover for nothing? Absolutely, it's going to be an issue. You know, at this point, this defense is got, you know, these players that we have in this team has got to make some plays. Has to. Aidan Hutchinson and Aleem McNeil can't do it himself. Those two, they cannot do it themselves. They just can't. They need help. Levi's got to get healthy and step up. Joshua Pascal got to come back for surgery. He's got to step up. You know, someone at the linebacker core has got to step up. Malcolm, you know, it's unfortunate that you got to hope that a 6th-round rookie can step up in a big way, but that's what we got. Derek Barnes, he didn't look that great Friday. He had some good and a lot of bad. You want to see a little more growth from the second-year player. Alex Anzalone, he's the veteran guy, but is he the greatest linebacker in the world? No. You got to see stepping up from this secondary. Jeffrey Okudah got to continue to step up. Amani, everyone's got to make some plays. This defense is going to have some problems, a lot of problems. And I think it's not an overreaction to be sus on it right now. That's why I have the Lions. I had them winning 7 to 8 wins this year. I was confident in the offense, not confident in the defense, not confident in the linebackers. I wasn't. And I think that having holes at linebacker is going to hurt us, ultimately lose a game or two from it, give us the 7-8 wins. That's what I think. Go ahead and follow me on all these social media sites. Facebook, LNU, Instagram, Twitter. I'm on there. All you got to do is follow for the latest news and rumors regarding our beloved Detroit Leos.